What's up? What's up? Welcome to On the Go Sports. I'm going to be talking about the Sixers, of course. And yeah, the main points I will be covering today is bringing back James Harden worth it? And are the Sixers going to target any picks tomorrow for the draft? I mean, we'll see what will happen. But yeah, we're going to be talking about it. Any rumors, any reports, I'm going to be breaking it down. I'm also going to be talking about a couple free agent pieces I think we should sign this offseason that will greatly benefit the 76ers. And these guys that I'm going to be talking about aren't the biggest names. They're not going to be asking for the top-notch money or even crazy money. I mean, I think these guys are bench guys that I think that it will just help our team excel. Because these are the areas that we're missing. We're missing shooting. We're missing... I'll just talk about it later. You'll see. Just wait to the end. Alright guys, so right now I'm going to be talking about the James Harden news, and yes, there are a lot of rumors all over Google. You can just look it up, search up James Harden. Almost every article is saying James Harden is increasingly likely to return to the Sixers. Yeah, I was very against Harden returning. You know, I don't want a player who cares more about money than winning to me, especially at this point of his career. He was willing to leave Philly. He was willing to go to a losing franchise just to get a max contract and just coast for the rest of his career. I don't want a player like that on my team. I am sorry, but I do not want a player like that, okay? But yes, as of now, it looks like we're going to sign him. You know, maybe Nick Nurse can guide him in winning ways, but I don't know if you can just change that. I don't know if you can teach that, but we'll see. But yeah, like I said, you can search it up. Search up James Harden. There's so many articles saying it looks like he's likely to return, but it will be on not a cheap deal, but a team-friendly deal. That's what all of them are saying. Because if the Rockets aren't going to give you a max contract, and the Sixers aren't going to give you a max contract, what's the point of joining the Rockets if they're not going to give you a max contract? You're going to join a team-friendly deal for the Rockets and lose? Like, that doesn't make sense. You rather go to a winning team and have a similar contract. So, yeah, that's why I think he's going to join back with the Sixers. Okay, so now I'm going to be talking about my first free agent pickup, and it is Dario Saric. We need to bring this man back to Philly. So, guys, keep this in mind. These highlights are from Game 5 in the playoffs against the Celtics when we were down 3-1, okay? And we ended up losing this game, but Dario Saric had one of his best performances ever. He had 27 points, 11 boards, and I forgot how many assists. I'm pretty sure it was like 6, 7, 8, but this man is a very skilled big man that we need, and worked perfectly, not perfectly, but really well with Embiid. They worked really well together. You know, thinking about how his career went, it's very sad because if he stayed in Philly, he would have had more of an impactful career, I feel like. Even now, if he comes to Philly, his career, in my opinion, is going to blossom. We don't have a player like him. We don't have any true power forward that has that height and skill that he has. That's not a skill that most players have, especially for his size. So it's going to be very interesting if we can add him into our roster. Embiid and Dario already have that chemistry. They played 3 seasons together. I don't see anything wrong with this pickup. I don't see him asking for that much money either. So you guys might have some questions being like, okay, you're saying he's a skilled big man. What is his skills? This man can dribble. This man can rebound. He can play, I think, above average defense. I mean, I remember watching Philly games. He was a great defender. He had that effort, and that's what you need. You need a player who's going to give you that effort. He's a great passer for his size, amazing passer for his size. Look at these highlights, and you could just tell he's a very skilled player. I mean, you guys can look at these plays, especially in the clutch. They're about to show up. He showed up in the clutch. There's been many years that we watched these playoff series and games, and we just quit. We see players not want that moment, and these highlights, he shoots it. Look at that. Shoots it. I want that. And he makes it. And that's one of the clutchest shots in the game. I mean, we were down 2. Now we're up 1. That's a clutch play right there. It's a great pass by Embiid. You know, another play right here. Passes that dime to Ben Simmons. That's a dime right there. That's a dime. Many of our players on our team can't even make this pass. His height helps him with that pass as well because he can see over the top. And he can also finish down below in the post, like you see here. He's taller than most defenders. He can put it over. So I think Dario is a great pickup. Would be a great pickup if we could get him. So yeah, that's my first option. Next free agent I would like to target is a player I think is really going to develop if they come to the Sixers, and that is Yuta Watanabe. This player had made a pretty huge jump prior to the season. Prior to the season, he was a fringe NBA player who spent a good amount of his career on a two-way contract. Despite being 6'9", he's never been a good defender or rebounder. And I know what you're saying. He's not a good defender or rebounder. Why would we sign him? Because he's one of the best shooters in the league. Last season, he shot 44% from three, which is, it's remarkable. Especially if Georges Niang is not going to re-sign with the Sixers if he gets paid extra somewhere else. Even though it looks like Georges Niang wants to stay in Philly. Yuta would be a great replacement. Wouldn't even be a replacement. I would say he's better than Georges Niang at this point of his career. So yeah, I think it would be a great sign if we can get him because he's an amazing shooter. One of the best shooters in the league. The problems in the playoffs was shooting, was making shots, being able to hit our open threes. That was the main problem in the playoffs. With Yuta, I don't think that's going to be a big problem for him. DeAnthony Melton is not an elite shooter. We can't rely on this guy to make most of our open shots. Georges Niang, he's an elite shooter, but he's an inconsistent shooter. So we need a shooter who's going to nail his shots most of the time. Like Seth Curry. I talked about Seth Curry in my other videos. We should re-sign Seth Curry because he's a consistent shooter. He's able to always hit his threes. Even in the playoffs, he was clutch. So Yuta would be a great signing. You can never go wrong signing shooters, especially if he's 6'9". You can't go wrong with that. All right, well, I'm about to wrap up the video. Thanks for making it this far. If you made it, make sure you smash the like button. Give me a subscribe if you guys enjoy my content because I like making content. It's fun for me. I like talking about the Sixers. Drop a comment if you guys have any opinions you want to share. If you want to debate with me, I'll debate with you in the comments. I'll bring it up for the next video. Honestly, it's more content to talk about. So yeah, drop a comment, drop a follow, and I'll see you guys. Much love. Peace.